Hey WWE fans, and we're here to give a review of WWE 12, and maybe when it comes out soon in November the 1st, WWE 13. Now, this is very close and usually is what would be normal in WWE video games. There's been the new limb target system as shown here that is very new, that you can attack parts of the body, like basically what CM Punk would do. Now, this is my co-partner Marcus, being the Big Show, and that is Mason Ryan. Now, in WWE 13, we've discovered that we can finally break the ring, because in WWE 12, there are a few missed features. We understand that in WWE 12, you might realize that guys like Mason Ryan, for example, or guys like Yoshitatsu, if you know your wrestlers, very small guys, can lift up massive guys, and you can hear them grunting. This is what's missing out on the WWE 12 and WWE 10 games. These two games had this technology that made it that only big wrestlers could lift up big wrestlers, if you get what I mean. And small lightweight guys, for example, Rey Mysterio, could lift up guys like the Big Show. But that has been lost through the last few games, and that is what's stopping the full fluid gameplay. And we understand that this will be back with Predator technology to enhance it. See, in W13 we suspect that maybe guys like Mason Ryan wouldn't be able to do stuff to the Big Show like that, and that they'd actually have to attack the limbs like wrestlers in real life do today. W13 is a pretty good game, great graphics. You can see the crowd. The one bit is you can notice, see, crowd members, that guy is basically that guy. Very not surprising. You can also tell that they're repeated, but you don't notice that often because you're mostly focusing on your wrestler and his opponent, so you don't really notice the crowd. When I played WWE, I remember there was this one out of the about from 2008 to 2012 I got that had this bit when if you hold one of the Xbox buttons and the taunt, you could interact with the crowd and see their reaction. Heels, which are villains, would go and spit at the crowd, and the crowd would boo him as much as possible. And then when you did it with face, and the crowd would pat you and grab you and basically celebrate you. One thing I've noticed about WWE is most wrestlers, creative wrestlers, for this fact, have this very special ending to the wrestlers. Real wrestlers, have this very special ending. Like, for example, The Undertaker would go down on his knees and do that signature pose of it. Or Kane would lift up his arms and the fireworks would explode from the turnbuckles. But created wrestlers do not get that. So what I'm hoping in WWE13 is that we will be able to create our own special endings. WWE13, as I was supposedly supposed to be talking about, is a good game, very good game. Maybe some bad faults is the fact that big wrestlers can be lifted up by small wrestlers. That's probably the bad thing. That we don't get much as more freedom as we should. Like we should be able to, as guys like the Big Show, lift people up and throw them through tables, which we can. That is true. But we can't do, like, for example, we couldn't throw Mason Ryan to that table unless we took off the top. Unlike in real WWE, you can grab them and you can throw them through. Most wrestlers take off the top, yes, but they do throw them through. See, that should not be possible. That should not be possible for a guy like Rey Mysterio to be able to do that. In fact, I don't think anyone besides John Cena should be able to do something like that. WWE should be a lot, when I say a lot more, I mean a lot more. See, that should be impossible for someone like Mason Ryan. Even though this guy is so buffly and so muscly, he shouldn't be able to do that. That should be kicked out of the game. Maybe one thing that should be a lot more better is that most people love disqualification matches, and so do I. But sometimes I like playing by the rules, which is good. We actually have a choice here. Maybe they should add a bit more weapons, because over the few years I've only seen one more added weapon, and that is basically, that should be impossible right there. But basically, the one weapon I've seen repetitively, the same weapons. But I'd love to see a few more weapons besides chairs and tables. Like you see that, like the cane, for example. We should probably see more unique new weapons. Like, for example, maybe the only thing I've seen transferred is the mop. Yeah, the mop, right? But the mop was a new addition to what arsenal weapons you'd get from Uncle besides the chairs and the tables and stuff. Oh, and in 28, there was this section back there, basically like that, but without the crowd. There was like stereo systems and a table, and you could climb up. You could put your opponent on the table, climb up the stereo system, be about 8 feet high, and drop down and crush your opponent. They've been missing that. That was in 2008. They've been missing that for the last few games. They've missed out for 2009, 10, 11, 12. They should really have a lot more freedom outside the ring, because you've just got that barrier. And in real life, you can go backstage and brawl, when unlike in W13, or sorry, my mistake, 12, you can't really go back into the crowd like the real wrestlers would do and hit them and go into those back alleyways of the WWE. Here you cannot. So that'd be a good ad to have. The same ref, always the same ref. That's been repetitive. Maybe it'd be good to have a few new faces as ref. Also this, with the entrances. Obviously, if you're a WWE fan, you know that there's always this person saying the wrestler's name out, correct? Well, it's I don't know if they do it, because I have seen it and then I'm getting confused with seeing this. But I do believe that they do not have the guy with the mic to his mouth, and his mouth actually moving. Like, with Kofi Kingston's entrance, you'll get up to the apron by his entrance, and then you'll see the guy standing there, and he won't even have it to his mic, yet his voice is still going on. So that does confuse me. If they want to make it more like WWE, they maybe should make it that the guy can speak more. And the ref doesn't talk too much either, so maybe a good addition to W13 would be them being able to talk and interact with a little bit more. As you can see, there's the crowd right there. Pretty good graphics for the crowd. They've become a lot more better, and a lot more newer faces over the years. In 2008, there were about probably 5, 6, 7 or so, but now there's about 15 or so crowd members. And that's a very good effort. Very good effort right there. And as we can see, I'll just go into the graphics of the wrestlers themselves. Big Show, right there. Here's a power mover by Mason Ryan. I do not believe he's still in the WWE or so forth. But anyway. Oh, there's another fact. Did you see that power slam? How he had his body connected with Big Show? That should have been a counting start of a pin. And speaking of pins, they should have a lot more combination for pins, like in WWE today. Like, there's the ones where you can wrap around the leg, and then they get into tricky situations that it gets very hard for a wrestler to kick out of. Unlike in this WWE, when there's only about 2 or 3 pins. Now watch this. Big Show taps out. Great. Now look at the graphics. They look so real. But with the created characters, they look so fake. Like, so created. So maybe that's just to tell the difference. It would be great, very great indeed, if we could have the created characters look exactly the perfection of real characters. So yeah, that's basically WWE 12. Thank you for watching, and we might post another video later, I have no clue. But thank you WWE fans, enjoy your WWEs, and I can't wait. Huh? And subscribe as well. Thanks, Marcus. And please, whatever you do, don't give up on the WWE. If you love the WWE and you feel something for it, who cares if it's fake? Cheers.